Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So it may seem far-fetched, but it occurs to me that now would be a good time to talk about a return to a balanced budget in Washington, D.C. That's right, a balanced budget. Amidst uncontrolled federal spending and deficit finance and borrowing and money printing, and let's not forget, we have a president who actually believes more spending would actually curb inflation. I think I'm going to encourage everyone toward a new idea. Save America, balance the budget. All right, now this is not entirely new. I've been talking about this with our next guest, Newt Gingrich, for many months. And he's got a whole segment in his American Majority Project on the balanced budget. We're also talking about it at the America First Policy Institute with Russ Vought and myself and Brookie Rollins, and we're actually going to map out a balanced budget. In the last balanced budget, by the way, was in the late 1990s during Newt Gingrich's speakership. The policy thrust of those budgets came from the contract with America. Now, here's a key thought in economic terms. The balanced budget, if done properly, would produce rapid economic growth and low inflation. That's right, strong growth, low inflation. Today, with massive spending and huge budget deficits, we have weak growth and high inflation. So it's time for a change. Newt believes, and I agree, that Republicans, Democrats, and independents would welcome a balanced budget initiative. After the collapse of Biden's radical progressive experiment, which Newt correctly calls big government socialism, it is time for a return to common sense ideas that would revolve around a return to free market capitalism. Proposing a balanced budget today would emphasize not only strict limits on federal spending, but would also include making the Trump tax cuts permanent, a return to deregulation, and support for a sound, reliable king dollar. Also, don't forget the principle of workfare, where taxpayer benefits for various forms of welfare, food stamps, health care, and all too many expensive subsidies and programs littered throughout the $4 trillion federal budget would be predicated on work and education requirements, a.k.a. workfare. This was Senator Joe Manchin's contribution in our so far successful quest to save America and kill the bill. But low marginal tax rates could generate supply-side growth and return us back to the post-World War II period when U.S. real growth averaged roughly 3.5% per year for about 50 years. We did it once, we can do it again. Let's go back to free market incentives to spur more work, productivity, and family incomes. Low rates, minimal regulation, and minimal federal spending. Joe Biden's woke economics and woke culture are being rejected by the American public. His idea of income redistribution, his dislike for successful men and women in business, his inflationism, his assault on parents and families, his painful and expensive Green New Deal initiatives, his disregard for border sovereignty and security. All this adds up to the progressive agenda he is stuck with in the face of growing unpopularity. Not only has he damaged the culture, assaulted the economy, but frankly, he's also ripped apart the Democratic Party. And this is where a balanced budget policy could become an organizing principle for all manner of important reforms throughout the economy and the culture. Remember, the Biden budgets have financed big-time inflation, but they have also financed big-time left-wing woke social policies, including critical race theory, wild gender and sexual teachings in early schooling, new social justice agencies throughout the entire government, radical climate regulations that are killing us at the pump, but also literally preventing power to fuel the economy. Massive new regulatory burdens are an assault against business generally, and of course, fossil companies specifically, and it has all backfired, as these radical progressive policies always have, wherever and whenever they've been tried throughout history. You know, in a rather dull and gloomy period during this tiny sliver of Biden history, I choose to remain steadfastly optimistic about the future of America. With Uncle Joe's polls running consistently in the 30s now, I see his new progressive era drawing to a close before long. Yes, the cavalry's coming. That is the gospel of good news. And somewhere in this new good news, I think a balanced budget aimed at high growth, low inflation, and new family prosperity is an important organizing principle. So, save America. Balance the budget.